Yeah, good morning.
Yes, very good morning, sir. I can hear you. Can you switch on your video?
Okay.
We have received your presentation. We will drive from here, so you don't need to worry about it. Yes, yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah. So this is perfect. So you would be the second speaker. So we would have 10 to 15 minutes for each speaker, and then thereafter, towards the end, we will take the question, if that is okay.
It's okay. It's very much okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We will be starting anytime soon, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
A very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of cashewinformation.com, the Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania, and the Tanzania Mercantile Exchange, I welcome all of you to this webinar on Tanzania cashew crop and also about the Tanzania online auction system. We have over 200 people registered. So kindly bear with us for 5 more minutes. We have only 40 of them joining so far. We'll wait for about 3 to 4 minutes and then we will start. Uh, so please bear with us for another 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you very much. Uh, Mr. Alfred, yeah, yeah. Just one, yeah. Pin, yeah. Can you unmute your audio, please? Mr. Alfred, yeah. Very good morning, sir. Can you hear us? Mr. Alfred, can you hear us? Hello. We are not able to hear you. We can see you. How to stop this? Mr. Francis, can you hear us? Hello, sir. Can you hear us? Mr. Francis Alfred? Hmm?
শুরু নিয়ে
Mr. Alfred Francis, can you please unmute your audio? Is that okay? We wanted to do a check of your audio.
Hello. Alfred is trying to reach you, but is having problem that he cannot hear from what you are talking. But he is trying to fix the problem. I think he'll join shortly.
No problem, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Ngoja ongee, Marekani ongee. Wewe Marekani ongee. Naona anaongea.
Mr. Alfred, is your audio okay now? Because we heard you for a short while. So I just wanted to confirm before we start the program.
Okay. Alfred, do you hear me? Alfred, do you hear me? Alfred, do you hear me?
You have to unmute your audio, Mr. Alfred, because we heard
Now
you.
I'm okay. Now I'm okay.
Perfect, perfect. Excellent.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
No problem. We were also waiting for participants to join in. Yes, we will start now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Right, main screen. Once again, a very good afternoon to those who are joining from India, Vietnam, China, and a very good morning to all those who have joined from Africa and Middle East. Welcome to the Cashew Trade Talk Series 4. Today we are going to talk about Tanzania cashew crop in 2024. And also we are going to have a discussion or a briefing on the new online auction system in Tanzania. This online webinar is organized by cashewinformation.com with the support of CashewNet Board of Tanzania and the Tanzania Mercantile Exchange. We have two distinguished guests today who are leading their respective organizations to brief us first about the crop and then about the online auction system. So the format will be as follows. We will have about 10 minutes presentation from each of our distinguished speakers. Then we will open the floor for discussion. We will start with a presentation by Mr. Francis Alfred. Before I invite him to do a presentation on the CashewNet crop 2024 of Tanzania, a brief introduction about Mr. Francis Alfred. He's been the Director General of the CashewNet Board of Tanzania since April 2019. He is a holder of BSc Agriculture General, MSc, MBA in International Business and Postgraduate Diploma in Project Management. Mr. Francis has vast experience in private and government institutions for more than 15 years. He also worked as a senior officer in the Tea Board of Tanzania. So he has a broader, more detailed and varied experience working in crop boards. He is a humble and result-oriented person striving to transform the cashewnut subsector for the benefit of all stakeholders of the cashew value chain. With this introduction, it's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Francis Alfred to deliver his presentation. Over to you, sir. We will move the slides from here. You can just give us a prompt. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay. So we are going to talk about the cashew marketing season for 2024-2025. To start with a brief introduction of the previous season. Last season, the total production was 310,787 metric tons of RCN. And out of these, a total of 241 metric tons, 182 metric tons was exported to different countries, in which India, a total amount of 157,695 was exported to India, Vietnam 82,527, China 195, and Kenya 764 metric tons. As you know, last season, cashew from Mtwara, Lindi, and Ruvuma was exported through Mtwara port, but cashew from the coast region was exported through Dar es Salaam port mainly. And the KOR, the SOT for the previous season, 98% of our cashew, which was sold last season, was quality was between SOT of 48 up to 53. And we used the last season, we used auction system, but we used the box. Buyers were putting their bids in a box one day before the day of the auction. That was how it was done last year in brief. Next slide, please.
Yeah, please go ahead. We have moved the next slide.
Yeah, now for this season, the projection, production is expected to increase this year. So we are sure that we'll produce more volume than the last year. We don't have an exact figure how much it might increase, but we are hopeful that we'll get more production than the previous season. And also this season, the weather has been so favorable to the cashew. Now, all the cashew have been harvesting now. If we go around the villages, the quality of the crop this year is very nice because there have been no rain at all during the fruition period of the tree. And like previous year, this year also, cashew will be from Mtwara, Lindi, and Ruvuma will be exported through Mtwara port. and the cashew, which will be bought in the coast region, will be exported through Dar es Salaam port. And unlike the previous season this year, we are going to use online trading system, which is the Tanzania Mercantile Exchange. And Mr. Malekano will explain in detail how the system works. And so this year, the auction will be done online. It will be promptly on the same, unlike the previous time when the bidding was done one day before the day of the auction. This time it will be on the same day. The auction will be done on the same day. Results will be obtained on the same day. And the buyers will know exactly on real time, who has won and how much he has won. So that's how we're going to do. And in regard to trading system, all cashew will be required to buy this online trading system, and all buyers have to register. They register to the Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania, which is written CBT, but also they have to register with TMX to get the number, the identification number for in the auction. Also, we've got that guidelines. We insist buyers to go through the guidelines, the detailed guidelines. But the brief one I'll share with the vacant after this session. Also, we'll have lots. Lots will be in the range from 50 to 2,000 metric tons lots of the auction in the trademark in the online trading. But this will be determined from auction to auction depending on the quantity which will be available for that particular auction. Next slide, please. As you know, we are using warehouses. Our cash is being collected in the warehouses. So this time we have done careful selection of the warehouse to make sure that only those warehouse operators with integrity are the ones who are going to operate this season. But also this time will be regular checkup for cashew in the warehouse to ensure that buyers get the quality based on the catalog and the quantity. They get quantity and the quality based on the catalog. This time we are going to be very strict to ensure that the buyers are getting quality and the quantity based on the amount of the catalog to ensure that they get value for their money. So we have to arrangement to cover also for enemies delivery in case it happens. The shipping arrangement. Now, you last year, remember during WCC in Cambodia, people had complained about the challenges at the port. This time, there is a lot of improvement at the port. If to be needed, I'll be able to speak some of the issues. So infrastructure has been improved. We are not expecting any challenges like the previous season. But also now, we have already got 2 CFS just close to the port, where buyers can do stuffing outside the port in those CFS. Also this time, the shipping line, we've got more than 5 shipping lines, but the main one, Maersk will be there, CMS CGM will be there, PIL will be there, MCC, MSC will be there. There are other, of course, African shipping also will be there. Also containers are available in big amount. So we don't expect any challenges in the shipment of cashew from Tuara to the consignment, to the country of destination. So to conclude with my brief presentation, this season, Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania and all the unions and all sectors, we are very well prepared to ensure that there is a fair business between the buyer and the seller. So we invite buyers from India, Vietnam, and everywhere. Even if you are new, you have never done business, we want to assure you that you can come as a new buyer and you can buy direct cashew from Tanzania. Our system is very transparent, and so there is no any challenge of buying cash from Tanzania. Thank you, Mr. Becker.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Alfred Francis, for a very, very positive presentation on the current crop. For those who have joined a little late, just a brief summary. Last year, production was around 310,000, 310,000 tons, of which about 240,000 tons were exported, 150,000 tons roughly to India, around 82,000 to Vietnam. Largely Matwara port was used. Average quality last year was between 48 and 53 KOR. And going by what the Director General of Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania said, the weather conditions this year has been far better than last year. So crop expectation for this year is much better, though it is too early for us to get a full detail in terms of what exactly is going to be the crop size. Auction would start this year. We are going to have an online auction system, and it will start on or from October 11th. And quality of the crop this year is going to be good. And Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania has promised that there will be regular inspection of warehouses during this period so that quality and quantity promise would be delivered. So that's the summary of the first presentation from the Director General of Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania. Please keep your questions. We will take the questions after the second presentation. Now, online auction system is something very new for Tanzania, and Mr. Alfred has presented a brief about what is that going to be, but we all are interested in knowing a lot more in detail. To do the presentation on the online system, it's my pleasure to invite the Chief Executive Officer of Tanzania Mercantile Exchange, Mr. Godfrey Melekano. He is currently serving as the Chief Executive Officer of the Tanzania Mercantile Exchange PLC. Before that, Mr. Melekano served as the Director for Market Supervision and Market Development of Capital Markets and Securities Authority, CMSA. Before joining CMSA, Mr. Melekano served as a Senior Banking Supervisor with the Bank of Tanzania, during which he has been part of leading financial sector reforms in the area of banking, insurance, pension, microcredit, credit reference bureau, capital, and commodity markets. Mr. Melekano holds an MBA and also a certified public accountant, CPA. Mr. Melekano has been exposed in commodity exchanges operations in Africa, Asia, and United States. He has had training attachment with ECX of Ethiopia, SafeX of South Africa, MCX and NCDEX of India, Dalian and Shanghai Futures Exchange of China, and Chicago Mercantile Exchange of the United States. So here you have a very, very experienced senior person with a well-rounded experience. He was going to share about the new online auction system that is being practiced at Tanzania Mercantile Exchange. Over to you, sir, Mr. Godfrey Melekano. Can you please unmute your audio? Thank you.
Thank you very much. A very good morning to you all.
Good morning, sir.
As I've been introduced, I'm Godfrey Melekano, the CEO of Tanzania Mercantile Exchange. And today I'm going to give you a presentation on the new online trading system. Basically, TMX or Tanzania Mercantile Exchange, its major role is to bring buyers and sellers together so that they can trade commodity links contracts while they're being assured of quality, quantity, delivery, and payment. And TMX will bring both domestic and international buyers who can trade commodities through the online trading platform without the necessity of physically meeting the seller. So buyers will be able to buy from any location, whether in Asia, in Europe, anywhere. They can be able to access our platform and participate in trading, provided that they've met some conditions and regulations which are being set by the exchange. And our commodity exchange is governed by different legislation. We have to adhere to Commodity Exchange Act of 2015. We have to adhere to Commodities Regulation of 2016. We have to adhere to Capital Market and Securities Act of 1994. Also, on the payment aspect, we have to adhere to Bank of Tanzania Act And because we are trading commodities and under the warehouse receipt system, we have also to adhere to Commodities Receipt Act of 2005 and its amendments of 2015. But also because we are a commodity exchange and we are trading multiple commodities, also we have to adhere to the Mining Act of 2010 and its amendments of 2017. And if you bought from us, you are guaranteed to receive payment. The seller is guaranteed to receive payment on time, and the buyer is guaranteed to receive delivery of commodities in specified quantity and quality, as has been described in the selling catalog. There's a diagram there which shows the ecosystem. You can see the farmer on the far left-hand side, and after the farmer is harvested, goods are being aggregated by cooperatives, the primary cooperatives. Then later, goods are deposited into a warehouse receipt system, and the quality is assessed there. The goods is being weighed there, and warehouse receipt system is issued. And after warehouse receipt has been issued, then our system is being linked with the warehouse receipt regulatory board system, whereby a catalog will be generated from the goods which have been deposited in the warehouse system. After there, then this sales catalog will be shared with all buyers. So even buyers who are listening from me now, if we have fulfilled our condition and we filled our form, we have registered properly, you will be issued with this sales catalog at least 1 day before the auction so that you can go through and make your buying decision. Then from there, you can see on the far right, there are buyers, and we are saying that we serve all buyers, the local buyers, international buyers. So we'll be able to participate from our trading system from wherever you are. Can you go to the next slide? And maybe what have we done to date? Already we've traded 9 commodities, whereby more than 439,000 metric tons have been traded worth around 1.3 trillion Tanzania shilling, which is equivalent to $520 million US. And we've been using our online trading system for those commodities. And currently we are trading through our system. We are trading sesame seeds, we are trading cocoa, coffee, soybean, tea, chickpeas, pigeon peas, green grams, and cashew this time. And plans are underway also to trade beans, cotton, spices, precious stones, and the livestock. Our contribution to the country and to the commodity trade in general is as follows. To the buyer, we've reduced cost, time and money. Buyers now are not required to move from one location to another so that they can participate in this auction because they can access our system from wherever they are. So they don't need to travel. They don't need to be there where the auction is being held, but through our system, they can access and participate as if they are within that locality. And also, our system has reduced risk in terms of quality and the theft, because we have a robust system, we have a well elaborated Warehouse Receipt Act, which provide how buyers will be served, how buyers will be protected in the system. And together, we have a Cashnut board, we have warehouse regulatory board, and we have TMX. All of us are there to ensure that all buyers are served well and their risk is reduced. And buyers will be able to obtain large quantity and quite a crops at one point because we're having this warehouse receipt system. But also, buyers will be able to access market information through our website, through mobile phone, through other channels. So all the information will be available so buyers can have an access to. And we are there to support international trade at a reduced cost because buyers can be able to buy from anywhere and our sellers here can be able to sell to all buyers globally without having the need to meet those buyers. For the farmers, the benefits are many. We've increased their income and they are getting market information on time. And farmers are free to decide as to whether to sell or not. And also we've increased the awareness on quality of production. And also farmers now are receiving payment on time. And depending on the particular crop, payment varies from 1 day, which is T+1, up to 7 days, which is T+7. We'll explain later about that. And on the government currently is having reliable data, and local government are getting the access, and we've eased revenue collection by respective institutions, and it is very easy now to supervise the issuance of relevant permit for transporting traded commodities. In terms of exporters, now they are able to get these export permit very easy because everything now is connected well. Buyers will be able to get all the documents they want without any trouble. And AB is assisting the country to have more foreign exchange, whereby now people are buying from outside and they're paying us in their respective currencies. So the country now can have more foreign currency than before. Can you go to the next slide? You can see there the volume of commodity traded at TMX. We started in 2019, and you can see respective kilograms which have been traded. We started by 519 metric tons, and around 2022, we reached up to 50 million kilograms, and now we are 2024, we are having 298 millions, which is equal to 298 thousand metric tons of commodities have been traded on the exchange. Can you move? In terms of value, you can see there value in T shillings, but maybe I should go directly to what will can you go back? Can you go forward? Can you go forward? Yeah. So what is going to happen this time? The step which buyers will be able to follow so that they can at least trade on our exchange. First, they will have to register with the Cashew Board of Tanzania through the ATMIS portal using the link. There's a link there where all buyers will be required to register. So you can visit that website and have yourself registered. And I will be required to upload some relevant documents so that complete your registration. After you have registered, also there will be a need to deposit bid security to Cashew Board bank account. This is usual because in all other years, buyers were required to deposit their bid security with the Cashew Board of Tanzania. And after you've deposited your bid security, our Cashew Board will then submit a list of registered buyers to TMX. And for the buyers, will be required to fill in and submit to the TMX the buyer declaration form, which is available on the TMX website through that link. So through that link, you'll be able to have that buyer declaration form, and you'll be required to fill and submit to us. And after you fill all the formalities, TMX will send login credential to the registered buyer so as to access the online trading system, because you'll be given a password so that you can get into our system. Can you go? And trading session will be conducted by the trade schedule announced by Cashew Board of Tanzania. There will be a schedule which will be shared with all buyers so that you can know when there will be an auction so that you can participate. And sales catalog, as I've said before, will be prepared and shared with all buyers a day prior to trading session. So if the trading session is tomorrow, then today you'll be able to receive sales catalog so that you can be able to go through and make your own decision. And buyers will be able to participate in bidding through TMX online trading system on trade session from any location. So you don't need to travel to Tanzania, provided that you have fulfilled all the requirements you'll be able to log in from wherever you are and participate in buying cashew nut this season. And all other obligation procedure are outlined in the cashew nut guidance available through Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania. We are having details, obligation and procedures, which will be able to get from our respective website. Can you go? And during the trade, buyers will be notified about their successful bid, which farmers have consented. Because our procedure is that after buyers have participated in the auction and when the results have been finalized, then buyers, as usual, will be asked as to whether they sell or they don't. And their respective consent will be communicated to the buyers immediately. And thereafter, cooperative unions will issue the invoice to all buyers, and buyers will be required to pay union for crops bought within 5 days. And after the buyers have paid for the commodity, then cooperative unions will be required to issue release order immediately after having received the payment. So buyers can arrange delivery of their respective commodity. Can you go? Yeah, so in case you need some more information about Tanzania Mercantile Exchange, you can just visit our social media handles, which have been shown there, but also you can access our website. And maybe to all buyers, very important is that we'll be able to provide the one-to-one training to all buyers as to how they can access and how they can participate in our trading session. So we welcome all buyers, and if we get to contact, we'll contact you wherever you are, and our technical officers will be able to take you step by step as to how you can buy. But I can assure you our system is very simple, very easy to use, and most of the buyers who have participated in buying sesame seeds, pigeon peas, chickpeas, are having a good experience with that one and no complaints. And a very important thing, buying through our system, you don't need to know anybody, you don't need to talk to anybody. You can just meet all the conditions, access the system, place your bid. If you are successful, then you'll buy. So it's very transparent, very fair to all the buyers. So as I've said, no need to know anybody in order to participate in our trading platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Godfrey. That was indeed a very, very powerful presentation. Again, statistics speak for themselves. It is not a new exchange. They have been in the business from 2019. And if you have seen the statistics, about 440,000 tons so far has been transacted and delivered. Please note, this is a spot exchange where delivery is mandatory part of fulfillment of the settlement. And 9 commodities they have already traded, worth cumulatively around $500+ million. So the exchange is well tried and tested. Maybe for the cashew, it's a first season, but the systems are in place. As the CEO said, they are ready and it's very transparent. And if all paperwork is done, then you don't need to be also physically present there. So that's a big promise. And I'm sure, there will be a lot of questions, more clarity, etc. So I will open up now the session for your questions. But before we take some questions have already come in. So let me try to read out those questions and find out who could be the best person among the two to answer the question. The first one is from Mr. Niranjan Reddy. He's mentioned that raw cashew nuts were not dried last year and most exporters had to dry after buying. Will the raw cashew nut be dried this year? Please advise. Mr. Alfred Francis has clearly outlined that promises quality and quantity would be delivered? But I would let him speak.
Thank you. It is true. For last season, there were some cases buyers were going to the warehouse and collecting cargo and finding that it has a moisture more than 10 because based on our specification, we want the RCN in the warehouse should have the maximum of 10 moisture content. So we know there are some people who did that purposely for their own reason, but this time that's why we said we are going to have the monitoring team, which will be going through the AMCOS, where they're collecting cash from farmers to check the quality, including the moisture. But also in the warehouse, we'll be going to check the cargo regularly, but before the auction, the cargo which will be being auctioned before 1 day before the auction, will pass through the warehouse to check the moisture and all the other requirements to ensure that there is described in the catalog. So want to assure buyer that there were some cases last year, but this time we are taking control of that one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. The next question is from Mr. Rahul Kamath. He's the president of the All India Cashew Association. He has got three questions. How will you manage shrinkage? Whether warehouses will deliver full quantity or will there be shrinkage? If shrinkage will be there, if only cashew payment will be returned or even the other levy will be refunded. What about the municipal levy, 0.3% levy payable? I think this question is to you, Mr. Alfred Francis.
On the shrinkage, last year we used the name of national. We had an insurance company which is supposed to pay buyers, but then at the end of the day, he didn't agree to pay because the losses were so much big, so he didn't pay the buyers. And the one has been, it has been one of the main complaints for the buyers last season. But so for this year, first of all, that's 7 shillings per kilogram, which is collected intentionally to cover for buyers who will be missing cargo in the warehouse. This time, we are not taking it to NIC or to WRB. We are going to have a separate account. We are going to put that fund, that's 7 shillings per kilogram. And because we are going to have a regular checkup in the warehouse, we are sure that the amount of losses which will happen, if any, will be very, very small amount. Because we know the losses in the warehouse, we know most of them, they are man-made. We know that one. So that's why we are going to supervise closely in the warehouses. For those cases where will happen, where the buyer did get the total amount, we are going to have that 7 shillings per kilogram in the special account. So we'll have specific number of days, within 14 days, we'll sit down, warehouse operators, Cash Nut Board of Tanzania, and the unions, and compensate that buyer in case there will be any shortage. So we want to assure that we are going to manage in the warehouse, so we don't expect shrinkage. If it will be there, we have funds already set aside, 7 shillings per kilogram, to cover for any shortage, for any buyer who will get shortage. We have not taken the funds to the NIC because they couldn't do the obligation last season, so we have changed the modality for recovering the buyers. For the case of municipal levy, we've talked to the municipal council. Every buyer will be dealt separately. So there will be no, like last year, taking people to court or no. We are going to stick to the law. So the amount which will be payable for municipal levy here at Mtwara will be discussion between the buyer and the municipal council. So this time we don't expect any misunderstanding between the buyers and the municipal council on that issue.
Yeah. Right. We will go to the next question. That's fairly clear on the shrinkage and municipal levy. Is there any QR code implemented in the PQ certificate like last year? Request you to kindly update the specimen signature at the Chamber of Commerce and inform the Indian Customs, as many times the specimen signatures won't match and the importer has to pay duty for the cargo. In the usual case, there is no duty, but if the signatures don't match, then there is likely to be a duty or dispute at the customs. And also request you to kindly implement the QR code in COO, Certificate of Origin, as well. Mr. Francis Alfred.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you well because the minister was calling me.
Okay.
Can you please summarize the issue?
So, phytosanitary certification, on that one, is there a QR code implemented this year also, like last year? That was the first question. Second one, can you update the specimen signature at the Chamber of Commerce and inform the Indian Customs, as many times the specimen signature does not match and the importers have to pay a duty on the cargo. Last is request you to kindly implement a QR code in Certificate of Origin which is being issued.
Okay, now, coordinator, for those issues, because they involve other government organization and who are not here, please, you write to me in writing even through WhatsApp, then I'll make follow-up and provide feedback to you. I cannot answer them direct.
No problem. I will share these questions to you kindly, direct them to the right authorities and share the feedback from them so that we can inform the participants.
No problem.
Will there be a dual auction system, meaning box as well as online, or only online through TMS? Mr. Godfrey, you can take this question.
Thank you very much. This year to be only online bidding system, no boxes.
That's very clear. Okay. Thank you very much. 467 shillings fixed cost has been announced beside 15% export levy on FOB. Last season, there was some ambiguity on the municipal levy. Is this levy included in fixed cost, or will there be some more levies like the municipal levy this time? Mr. Alfred.
All the costs for this season, we have itemized them. I'll share you, coordinator. I'm sending through WhatsApp some of the main costs which will be this season. The only cost which is not there is that municipal levy, only that one. But I will suggest one thing.
Yeah.
Once the buyers they arrive here in the country before
Okay.
they participate in the auction, we can meet the municipal district council here in the Mtwara and discuss with them. We can even organize a meeting with buyers if they would like when they arrive here with the municipal council, and so that before they go to the auction, they should know the cost for the export levy, for the service levy here in Mtwara. Otherwise, I'll send you the summary of the guidelines. You can share with buyers later on. I'll share you through WhatsApp. Then we can share with buyers later on.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Those will be the main. Those will be the main which will be charged in the auction, because this time all these levies which are sent to you, they'll be paid by the buyer. Okay. Unlike the other season, some of the levies were being paid by the farmer. Okay. Now most of these they are paid by the buyer. So we need the buyer to be aware of what are they going to pay in addition for the prices they are paying to the farmer. So I'll share with you.
Please. As mentioned by you, if you could share the itemized cost for each of them, then it would be very, very useful. And perhaps with that information, they can make up their mind in terms of how to approach the auction. And also if there are some clarity further needed when they come there to Tanzania, they can seek clarity either from you or the respective department. That would be very, very useful. Please share it with us as
I've already sent you in that summary.
Okay.
You'll see there is a down there. You found at page 3 down there. You find that there are those main cost per kilogram.
Is that on WhatsApp you have sent?
WhatsApp. I've sent you through WhatsApp.
Okay, we will just give us a couple of minutes. We will put it on the screen as well as we go through the other questions. Okay, no problem. I will ask my colleague to work on that, but we will move to the other questions as he puts those pause on screen. Uh, to the TMX, will there be any call center support so that, like, if there is any challenge anywhere, people can call up and seek?
For sure, we'll arrange for that because buyers will be buying from different location. So someone be there to receive all calls and provide clarification.
Right. Shrinkage has been mandated to be dealt by the warehouse itself. It has been addressed, so I will not go again. In the interest of new buyers, can the step-by-step guide for buying be shared, or any brochure is there? In the CEO's presentation today, he had outlined very nicely step-by-step process. Maybe can we find that one in a brochure form in your website, sir? If you can guide them.
For sure, we'll arrange for that and we'll share with you so that you can share with all other buyers.
Okay, sure. What will be the quantity allowed in each auction to be traded, and will there be any floor or cap on the auction price? And how is the logistic planned, as the shipment from Matwara by containers will be a nightmare? There are three questions in this one, so we will break it up. So what is the quantity allowed in each auction to be traded first?
I think it will depend on the bid bond of a respective buyer because there are bands of deposit bond where buyers will be required to deposit to the Cashew Board of Tanzania. So there will be buyers who will be eligible to buy only 50 metric tons depending on what has been deposited with the Cashew Board of Tanzania, but others will be able to buy up to 2,000 metric tons. And that will also depend on the amount of bond which they have seeded with the Cashew Board of Tanzania. So we'll give clarity to that in our brochure, which will show clearly buyers how they'll be able to buy and which level they can buy at that exchange or auction.
And any comment on the floor price and the cap price for the auction?
We are trying to discuss now on the floor. We'll not put the cap, but only the floor, because we need to have an initial price. So that one will be commensurate with international prices. We think it will be fair to all buyers and it will be a very justifiable.
Mr. Alfred, has it been decided what would be the floor price for this season, or you're still in consultation?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay.
And that floor price normally is normally not disclosed to the buyers. If I'm right. But the buyer, because in the auction, the buyer, you put the price which for you, you find for you can afford. You don't need. There is no need of knowing how much you are putting there.
Okay.
So because it's competitive based, so buyers be competing based on their requirements and demand and supply forces.
Yeah, I understand that. I think here, I think if I'm not wrong, the person is keen on knowing about is there any minimum support price equivalent, like announcement. I think that is what because
No. No,
No,
in Cashew, we don't have minimum, we don't have base price in Cashew in Tanzania.
Okay.
Normally in Cashew, we sell through just based on demand and supply. We don't have indicative price.
Okay, so a person can put any price, but it has to be accepted by the producer because there is going to be okay, I understood.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
And I want to clarify the one of the said the shipment from Toro be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Let me tell them it's not a nightmare anymore.
That is
because now we improved the rich stacker. Now there are 3. Last year it was only 1. Also mobile harbor cranes now have been improved. Now there are 3. Empty handlers, now they've got 5 empty handlers. Also mobile cranes, there'll be additional number of mobile cranes. So let's assure them this time it will not be a nightmare. But also we got the CFS. So there will not be congestion in the port because there are also CFS outside of the port. Even they've already identified areas for storage of containers. Containers will not be stored at the port, so the port will be enough space for people to work comfortably.
Great. Great. That's very right. Security amount which we pay prior to the auction can be refunded if we were not finalizing a deal. If yes, will there be any deduction or not?
Yeah. Vacant in the message I've sent, there is also a range of security bond a buyer puts depending on the amount is going to bid per auction.
Okay.
So as a Maricano has said, we
Yeah.
insist buyers to ensure that they'll not be allowed to bid beyond the amount of bond they put, which amount they're going to buy per auction. So in that document I've sent you, you can also display those for them to see. The range of bond depending on the amount the buyer expect to buy per auction.
Mr. Alfred, have you sent it by
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp? I didn't get it. Like, can I just now put a hi? Can you send it again, please? Like, I've just now put a hi. Can you send it to that WhatsApp number, please?
Okay.
Yeah, so that we can.
Okay, just now. Okay.
Yeah. So about the specimen signature, the Chamber of Commerce will work on it soon as possible before the starting of the shipment. So that's
Already sent.
yeah. We have got it. So we will put that one. Just give us a minute. So we will put that. Are there any more questions? Then as we wait for the details now, we will just upload the details. Here we are. Yes. Can you make it full screen if it is possible? Yeah. So we will share this one with all the participants. But for now, if you want, we can go through this one.
Now that in the introduction you've said the auction will start on 11th October, as you've said.
Yeah.
And the registers who ATMIS already Maricano talked about that one.
Come down.
And he talked about some of the. So these are the bond amount which the buyer is supposed to put it depending on the amount he intends to buy per auction. Sorry, you are going so fast.
So fast, go up, go up, go up. Slow, fast, so go up. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Okay, there you are. So these are the amount of bond depending on the amount the buyer intends to buy. For if you are planning to buy 50 to 100 tons per auction, you have to put 20 million Tanzanian shillings. If you want to buy, there's 501 to 1,000, you put 300 million
300
Tanzanian
million.
shillings.
Okay.
Those are the range buyers should stick to that Maricano was talking about, depending on the amount you intend to buy per auction. So if you want to get to be able to buy lots up to 2,000, that will be displayed, you have to make sure that you put bond, which enables you to buy a lot of 2,000 metric tons of cashew in the TMOXC online trading system.
Okay. Then can you go down? Yeah.
Yeah, these are just some of the general information.
So the standard grade is 48 and above, and under grade is 47 to 44.
Yes, we are selling only two grades. The secondary grade is between 44 and 47.
Okay.
And the grade 1 is 48 to 53. We are not selling anything below 44. We are not selling through auction. Anything below 44 is not sold.
And minimum bidding quantity is 50 metric tons.
Yes, there, yes.
Come down. So selling price is Tanzanian shilling. That's very important to know.
Yeah, one thing I should insist for buyers, they need to pay on time. as
Okay.
a director for TMX said, they're supposed to pay within 5 working days after the auction. It's very important
So
because
what happens if what
if you
happens
delay,
if the,
you'll be penalized. You'll get penalty,
okay.
okay, through the bond. So buyers insist very much. Please, before you bid, make sure that you've got proper arrangement for financing and the payment of the farmers within 5 working days, so that you don't intend to getting penalties. Now it becomes very, very. Our penalties are very high.
Okay.
So please, buyers, make sure that when you buy cashew, you've got funds to pay for that funds you're buying through Tanzania Mercantile Exchange.
Okay, just for my clarity, actually, if I skip this 5 day schedule, I will still have the access to the cargo, or that is also forfeited.
Oh, these auctions are done every week.
Okay.
On Friday, there is an auction. Saturday, there is an auction. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you miss this week, you can miss next week. You can miss the next day's auction, because these auctions are repetitive, and they are because we do auction from one location to another.
Okay. So
Just Friday is just the beginning, but from that day,
okay.
12 there will be another auction, 13th there will be an auction. From that day, there is a continuous auction. I'm going to send you the
Auction
schedule
calendar.
for auctions.
So you are mentioning about this one only, no? This list of
Yes,
items.
these are the additional costs that buyers will be required to pay, apart from the amount they are paying in the auction. These are other additional costs which they are supposed to pay. There is amount which is being paid to Union, 120 shillings per kilogram. Crop safety, this is for district council, that's 56.94 per kilogram. Storage charges in the warehouse, that's 52 shillings per kilogram. Gunny bags is 87.50 per kilogram. Contribution for development is 110 per kilogram, and the contribution for cashew industry management, 25 shillings per kilogram. Cashew research, 25 kilogram per kilogram, but also they will pay export levy at the port, which will be 160 USD per ton or 15% for big price. TRI will charge whichever is higher among those two.
Okay. Can you go down a little? Yeah. So that list of charges, what you have put, it comes to more or less 460 Tanzanian shillings plus 15% or $160.
Yeah, the only thing, maybe the other one would be that he said that service levy at Mtwara, but that one, as I said before, that would be discussing. We've talked to the director for Mtwara that it should be like an agreement between buyers, so they should not worry. They'll know upon arrival here in Tanzania.
Okay. Can you just go down a little bit more? Storage period, warehouse after sale is 16 working days. Okay. So this is a free storage period which you give for 16 working days
Yes, in the warehouse.
in the warehouse.
After that, if it doesn't take that cargo, you will be supposed to pay penalty. So it's important for buyers. Once you get the cargo, once you buy the cargo, you should start arrangement for transportation and where you are going to store. So it's very important for even, for example, booking for shipping early. It's very important so that they can take the cargo from the warehouse timely.
Mm. Right. Right. Okay, some more questions have come based on this. I request my colleague to please put this document in the chat room so that people can have that one. And we will take up the new questions. In warehouse during the delivery, why Weighbridge tickets are not printed and manual written tickets are issued? Will that going to be the same this year, or will it have a online ticket? No. So printed tickets or not? Or how is that it's going to be?
Marekano, are you aware of that? Online tickets?
Not online tickets.
Yeah,
Actually,
Karen's
printed tickets, not handwritten. Sorry. Printed tickets. Why it has to be handwritten is the question. Why manually written tickets are issued? Why not printed tickets?
In which aspect? Can you clarify, please?
In warehouse during the delivery, why weighbridge tickets are not printed? Why is it manually written?
I think
Weighbridge ticket.
maybe we may need to talk to warehouse receipt regulatory board so that only printed receipt are issued rather than issuing those hand deleted receipts. So we are taking that one and we'll give more information later because we have talked
Sure.
to warehouse receipt regulatory board so that they have to ensure that only printed receipts are issued.
Sure, I will take a note of it and I'll remind you post this. Thank you very much. Thank you. When will the bond funds be refunded? If it is not
Normally
utilized.
we refund the bond once the buyer says, I'm not planning to buy any more cargo, I'm done with the amount. At any particular point in time, when buyer doesn't want to participate anymore in the auction, we refund the bond. The buyer has to request for his bond because he's not participating anymore in the auction, then we refund the bond anytime.
Okay. There's one interesting question. Like we're talking about raw cashews. Is it also necessary that the semi-processed kernels can be brought or can be bought through this system?
I think it's a good. We are going to take into account. Maybe we think that in future.
Right now, yeah.
So in
we are
future, we
talking
are thinking that one.
Yeah, it's a good suggestion, actually. It's a good
Yeah,
suggestion.
very good suggestion. Very good suggestion.
Yeah. Is there a banking or financing system possible for the buyer? I think that buyer has to ask their country banks, actually. I think within Tanzania, is there any support for the buyers for financing?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
There is.
Okay. So for more details, maybe like, you can get in touch with.
Yeah, because banks they deal with each situation with depending. So it depends on the need of the client.
Right. Rajan Verma's question, can we buy beyond auctions? I think like, it has been said no. For those who are buying raw cashews for export purposes,
Yeah.
they have to buy it only through the auction system. The privilege of buying outside of auction directly from the farmers is extended only to the local processors, if I'm not wrong. Yes.
Exactly. You're very right. Very right.
So you can even go for contract farming arrangements with the local
Yeah.
farmers. If you have going to buy for your processing requirements and you are going to process all of them within Tanzania. That was the
You're very
clarity
right.
I got
You're very right.
from the Director General during the African Cashew Alliance conference. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. You're very
Mr.
right.
Prakash Kalbavi's question, FOB value, can you clarify what does it include above the bidding rate?
The bidding rate, normally here in Tanzania, the bidding rate, we are selling our cashew X warehouse. That's
Okay.
our price. It's X warehouse price. So from the warehouse, all other costs are borne by the buyer.
Okay. So if I understand right, bidding rate is X warehouse, then transportation is to be added, and then like all the list of charges which accounted for around 460 shillings have to be added. Then 15% or $160 per ton has to be added, and then municipal levy maybe like is one thing which we can negotiate. Is my understanding right?
You're right.
Okay, right. Uh, any preference in buying to local processor? We just now answered that question, so we will not go for it. How FOB will be calculated from this one? So that has also been addressed. I think we have exhausted all the question. Is there any more question from anybody? I'll wait for a minute. As we wait, we will have the final word from both these gentlemen, starting from Mr. Godfrey Melekano. Any
Thank
final
you very
comments
much.
from your side?
Yeah, my final word is to welcome all buyers from wherever they are to buy Tanzania Cashew through our platform. And we at TMX and in the country in general will be more than willing to assist you, to give any assistance you may require so that you can have your purchase safe and secure. And as I've told you before, that buying through our platform, you don't need to talk to anybody. You don't need to know anybody. It's only that when we fulfill our requirements, you can be able to buy. So it's a hassle-free and corruption-free. You are welcome, and you see a lot of changes this year. Thank you very much.
Right. There is one question, Mr. Godfrey. Is bidding a one-time process or can it be revised? And can you just elaborate the process of how to revise the prices?
You mean that maybe if a buyer has put a certain price and they want to increase
Revise
it?
They want to revise it. Let's say, like, I put 100 and I want to revise it to 101. Is it possible?
Yeah, it is possible. You can keep on revising your price depending on the competition.
Okay, so I will be able to say, like, what is the highest price, or when I do that one, is it that way? Like, how does it work actually?
You'll be able to see other buyers' prices. So in case you put 100 and you see another buyer's put 120, you'll be able to put 130, 150. It depends on the competition.
Okay.
Because what it happens, normally we're having pre-bid section where buyers will be able to insert their prices. Then we open a live auction. During a live auction, buyers will be able to improve their prices. And we normally give 2 minutes. And if another buyer put a new price, then it runs again for 2 minutes. Then if another buyer put a new price, then it give you another 2 minutes. So it will continue giving 2 minutes until no buyers has put a new prices.
Okay. So whenever the price is a price higher than the highest price is declared, or it is put, then 2 minutes window is given for others to respond.
Other buyers to improve their prices.
Yes, improve the prices. Okay, I understood that one. That is very clear. Very good. I hope Mr. Kalbavi got the answer for the question. Final concluding remarks from the Director General of Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania, Mr. Francis Alfred.
Thank you. First of all, we welcome the buyers to come when they participate in the auction this season, and we want to assure them that we're improving day by day. We know some of the issues which has been troubling to buyers, especially in the warehouse, getting the cargo, which is different from the narrative in the catalog. This time we are going to improve and control so much. So we want to assure you that the auction this season will be very much improved for the interest of the buyers and the farmers, and it will be transparent. But also we assure buyers that they'll get value for their money depending on the catalog, and they'll be there to assist them all the time. So we welcome them, and because we are sure that this time we'll be having very quality cargo, so we welcome them to come to Tanzania and participate in the auction without any worry.
Right, sir. One question again, from Mr. Anand Desai is that I would like to ask about the extra Tanzanian shilling 50,000 per truck towards loading charges asked by the allotted warehouse managers in case of chickpeas. Would it happen in cashew also?
Additional
50,000 shillings for loading at the warehouse manager level, because when the trucks go for loading, the warehouse manager asks for additional 50,000 shillings for loading.
No, that's not a charge which is agreeable. No, because the buyer will go take it to the cargo. He will pay those who are loading the cargo into his truck, the one
there
he
is
has agreed with. There's not supposed to be any other charge.
okay. Okay.
It's not supposed to be any other charge.
Okay. Do we get to see how much quantity competitor is bidding, or only the price?
You will be able to see the quantity because the way trade will be organized based on lot. So there will be a lot there, maybe 1,000 metric tons. Then buyers will be bidding. Those 1,000 metric tons will be shown, and also respective buyers' prices.
Great. I think we have exhausted all the questions. Thank you so much, Mr. Francis Alfred, the Director General of Cashew Nut Board of Tanzania, and Mr. Godfrey Melekano, Chief Executive Officer of the Tanzanian Mercantile Exchange. It's been indeed a very, very great honor and pleasure for us to have you here just at the beginning of the season. You have provided all the information and answered all the questions. We still have a couple of questions on the warehouse, which I would seek your consultation after this. But I'm sure with this clarity, there would be increased participation this time at the Tanzania cashew season. And I wish all the participants who have joined here, we thank you very much for your interest and wish you a great season ahead. It's a very important season. And as you always know, cashew from Tanzania is one of the best. So therefore, have a wonderful season ahead. Thank you so much. We will keep this networking open for 10 more minutes. I thank once again both our distinguished guests for making this possible at such a short notice. Hope you found it useful, and we will meet you again with another webinar very soon. As I go, I just wanted you to take note of World Cashew Conference 2025. This time it will be from 21st to 23rd February. It will be at Hilton Al Abtur City, Dubai. 21st February is the last day of Gulf Food, so it is just happening seamlessly after the Gulf Food. So you can come to Dubai and then make use of it during the same trip. Do join us for the World Cashew Conference 2025. We are very sure this time it's going to be bigger and better and as useful to you as always. Thank you so much. Now, the networking time, we will have 10 minutes. You can use the opportunity to connect with your colleagues, buyers, suppliers, etc. Have a great day ahead and a wonderful season ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. La. Asa salama basa. Ndio Desmond. Niliona nilikuwa tu naangalia shadow yangu ili niweze kuconfirm. Hii Oktoba kidogo kwangu ni nzito. Nafikiri Novemba, ila Novemba tashiriki. Novemba. Sure. Asante. Ingia. Karibu. Ndio nimeweza tuko kwenye eneo nasema kaa tu hapo market watamfunga sasa hivi. Kaa tu kwa sababu tushamaliza, tuko kwenye socialization. Kuna mkutano mkubwa wa watu karibia 200 wa korosho dunia nzima. Na guru yake wanataka kusaidiwa sana. Anajua kikao, anaombea aandae video awepo wakati wa presentation. So much disappointed. Anajua ni vijana wadogo. Sasa shida moja kubwa, mambo ya mahusiano nao ni mgumu, usipoyachukulia serious. Matano, angalia what is important for you. Ukitaka tu kwenda kichwa unaweza kuvuruga kila kitu, na by the time hata naye kuvuruga leo unakuta baadaye chapa rapa, unajikuta umechanganyikiwa mwenyewe. Jana sasa hivi mambo ya mahusiano yanasumbua sana. Lakini unajua problem shared is a problem halved. We don't need to tell kila mtu, ila tafuta mtu, hata sio usemi basi, tafuta nje ya ofisi mtu ambaye utamwambia mambo yako, utalilizi hizo issues, sababu otherwise kwa shida. Unajua nikaa kwenye benki hizi, naona kabisa kwamba mtu anapotea, mtu anaona loss kila kukicha, baadaye kumbe ni nyumbani watu hawalali, watu wengine mahusiano ambayo hayafanyi kazi. Kuangalia akiwa wazee kama sisi kwa tabu. Yeye kijana mdogo sasa sasa kama na kupoteza kabisa anakuwa kwenye reli. Is very bad. Very bad. Kutoka kwenye reli. Hata hizo marriage. Hizo marriage kwa hiyo kama watu wanakuwa tunaongea